And that should work out a little bit better. Okay, jump back to this guy. I'll wait till he gets to the end and turns. Well, I probably won't let him turn around. You go. Okay, we're going to need to move. A little overlap. Do that. And it's good. I'll get it spun round. And off you go again. Oh, the seed in the other one's running out faster because it's corn. Corn is not as efficient on seed use as soybeans is. So we're probably going to end up using this seeder for both fields of soybeans, and the other one for the cornfield at number 5. Yeah, I'm not saying that any other tractor with a 320 horsepower, the 380 horsepower engine would have been any less capable. I'm just saying this is the one I chose to buy. I could probably got away with a New Holland T8. What other options are there? The big case, big Massey Ferguson, the Fendt 900. I mean, they're all probably as good as this tractor. It's just this is the one I bought, and it turned out to be the tractor that, the size of tractor that fits this farm perfectly. I think in the same way the New Holland T6 that I used on the Old Stream farm turned out to be a good choice of tractor. The first playthrough I was using a Massey Ferguson, the tiny one with the 130 horsepower engine, and it struggled at times. And yeah, my normal recommendation, if you're playing seasons especially, is don't be extravagant with your equipment. You need to buy what you need when you need it. Because especially in the first year, maybe 2 years, you really have to take care of your money, because there isn't any more coming in. And so everything you spend money on has to be in the pursuit of making more of it. So if your fields need ploughed, I'm looking at that and saying, well, I don't want to buy a plough because a plough doesn't make me money, and I'm not going to need it next year, the year after, the year after that, so I'll lease it. Same with a lime spreader. I'm not going to need it next year, so I shouldn't be spending a ton of money buying one and then leaving it sitting around in the yard for 3 years. Now, eventually you may want to buy that equipment, especially when you get to the point of, I don't have any pressing need for equipment, so I'm going to be buying new fields, and those new fields are going to need to be ploughed, to be limed, possibly to be limed on a different schedule to the rest of your farm. And then it makes sense to have a lime spreader on the vehicle roster. Until you get to that point, or forego lime completely. I mean, you could just say, I'm not going to bother with it because the penalty is so small. Why bother? Kind of the same with weeds. In the base game, you want to take care of your weeds because that's minus 15% across the entire field, whereas with seasons, because the weeds come out all patchy, it's a case of, well, I don't need to weed the entire field. I just need to weed patches, and 15% on a small patch of crop, it's really not that significant. Now also add to that, you're having failures to germinate. That's another bit that was missed, yeah. Failures to germinate or death due to drought. You're not going to get 100% yield across the entire field. So worrying about a little patch of weeds, I'm kind of not that concerned. Especially not at the beginning when you're just, I don't need to worry about this because I can't afford to worry about it. I've got more important things to worry about, like seeds and fertilizer. Diagonally down this bit as well. It's the problem with this field, the angle is so steep. I should probably do the headland last, but oh well. Is still holding off, although I expect that icon to shift over round about midday. The outlook will cease to be sunny and will suddenly become likely rain. So, attractions for the coming week. We will probably take, apart from the final episode of the Old Stream Farm, we'll probably take a break from Farming Simulator 19, do a little bit of World of Warships, a little bit of European Truck Simulator, and a little bit of American Truck Simulator. I may intersperse that if I feel like it with a couple of looks at some Farm Sim 19 farms, but nothing too serious at this point. And maybe intersperse it with something different. We will. Arthur is going to be multiplayer streaming tonight at suggested time of 10 o'clock. I'm not sure how closer to that he is going to be, but that does make that a rather late stream. But I might try and join them for that, and then weekly, whenever he decides the multiplayer stream's going to be, we'll join that. And then there is entire possibility that we could be looking at houses in the evening, so I may not be able to stream much. And because of the constrictions I put on the Old Stream Farm playthrough, where I was playing at ×5, and for about 2.5 hours straight, and Thursday I was just way too tired. I'd had to go into the office that day, and that's kind of draining. But normally I'd run an entire day per stream, and that's 2 hours straight. It doesn't really give me a lot of time to do other things in the evenings when I'm running that stream. If I'm going to be out looking at houses for a few hours early in the night, that's going to tire me out. So being able to do something like World of Warships for an hour, or Euro Truck or American Truck for an hour and a half, that's going to be a bit easier on my health and what have you. And we may also check in with Mrs. Osa and see what she wants to do on a Sunday night. Maybe Monday night, I don't know. It's football season, so she tends to spend her evenings Sunday and Monday watching football. And that's no big deal, but that's her thing. And hopefully the painters are going to come in this week and start painting up some of the areas that haven't been painted in 10 years and are looking a little worse for wear, or a little the worse for small children drawing pictures on the walls. managed to clean up most of it, but there are some permanent marker spots around. And both bathrooms definitely need tidied up because we haven't touched those. Short of, oh, the toilet broke, we need a new one, or the sink broke and we need a new one, or the faucet broke and we need a new one. Pretty much everything else is as is when we moved in. Because it works. You know, if it works, you don't spend your day, unless it's a really bad day, sitting in the bathroom looking at the walls. Not like you do in your office or your living room, or to some extent your bedroom. And we've also had a word with a gardener this week about getting the yard tidied up, get the lawn fertilised and fed, fill in the hole where the propane tank used to be. Just tidy up around the outside of the house so it looks smart. I mean, there's not a lot we can do about it because it's fall, the grass is going dormant, so yeah, we're not going to have nice dark green lawns in any photos the realtors take, but at least it won't look really bad. So what's meal time? We are 20 after 10. How's the other? We are down to 14% seed in the corn planter. So I have to go and take care of him in a minute. We have a wedding reception to go today this afternoon. Wedding happened about a month ago, but took place in her hometown. And of course they went off on their honeymoon and what have you, and they're now back in visiting his parents, so there'll be a reception for everyone who knows them here. So that's just after lunch today. And then I have to get the final coat of paint on the office wall. And then we got a couple of little bits of touching up that we're not involving the painters with. We had a child gate on the living room, and that kind of well, number one, it scratched the wall a bit, and then also I'll take this over manually. Now, did I see a bit there here that I missed? Yes. But yeah, we also removed the gate attachment points. One of those gates where you can install it and uninstall it fairly quickly, but there are attachment points on the walls to attach it to, and obviously those, we took those out filled in the holes, and we've got to touch up the paintwork there. With the new patio, we got a new front door. And so some of the paintwork around the door is a little chipped. We're going to need to touch that up. How's the corn cedar? Oh, he's down to 4%. We'll do the jump over. Wow, he almost got done. Can we get to the end of the field? Yay! It's at the end. And that is a little bit wider than the cedar. So now, I think what I'm going to try and do is fill it up over the back, like that. There we go. Awesome. So that worked. Remember to close the hatch this time. Stop. Wrong pedal. Okay, we are good to go. So I reckon I can probably get away with doing this dead reckoning. And then we'll run it down to field 5. And we go back to 2 and check on how the other cedar's getting on. And I may just go back and get the Massey Ferguson and the spreader, since we have solid fertilizer down here on the resupply wagon. I can get away with using solid rather than liquid this time. And there we are, all done. I'll wait till they clip in place. There we go. Okay. So all these fields are now 100% fertilised. The only fields that aren't are the grass fields and the soybean field at the bottom. Hi cows again. Okay, I think we go across this field too. Off you go. Okay, we got that one good. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that joined up. So the seed tank we're going to have to take to the store on the way home. These fields are done. Fully fertilised. We're going to go, oh, it's field 4 we're going to do next. 2's still getting worked. Oh, we've got to put that away too. Okay. No big worry. How about we get in the truck? That would be a plan. I will put the fertilizer spreader on the side here. So the next person going back to the main yard can, thank you, can take that with them. And this we will put over here. For when the corn planter gets emptied again next. So, you think you're done, huh? I would say, I think not. So we'll finish this off manually. Hey, hey. Yeah, that wasn't a great turnaround. That's 5,800, so we are over half a tank of seed used even on this one. No way I'd plant potatoes on this field. That would be a bad plan. Cost you an absolute fortune in seed. Okay, I'll take it to the left and come about that way. And one more row after this one, and we are done. Yay. To fold this up because it's not going to fit through that gate. And a little bit more. Done. To rotate that, rotate direction, and actually that looks quite good for a setup, so I want to pull forwards a bit, and that's the row I want it on, except for some reason it's just not playing. Okay, I want to reverse it that way. That's good. Forward a bit. And we need to unfold it. Hello. Thank you. Right, turn it on. Get onto the field and set off on a worker.